I'm your host, Jason Tartick, and welcome to Trading Secrets. We talk all things money on this podcast, and we're teaching all the stuff we just weren't taught in the classroom. Nothing supports this show more than liking, commenting, and of course, subscribing. Welcome back to another episode of Trading Secrets. Today, we have Olandria Carthen on, a breakout star from Love Island, USA, Season 7. Known widely as, we were just talking about, the Bama Barbie. Olandria played the long game in the villa and emerged as a fan favorite for her strength, poise, and genuine approach, not just in romance, but in life. She is killing it in the corporate career too, working at Otis Elevator Co. She's proof that brains and business acumen and truth to herself can lead to a breakthrough reality TV star. Post-show, she's balancing the corporate grind with modeling, brand partnerships, and living out her personal brand rooted in Southern authenticity. We're going to explore how she's building business beyond the bungalow and here in life post-Love Island. Olandria, how are you doing?
That was a beautiful intro.
I mean, you deserve it. You are how's it feel? You are like the queen right now.
Man.
That's crazy what's going on with this show and with you and everything.
It felt surreal. Obviously being in the villa, we have no connection to the outside world. I never knew how America felt about me.
Right.
So to come out with all the support, it just literally trumps any negativity about me, right? My supporters are everything to me. So this support that I have, I don't know, I'm on high right now.
What did you think? I know you don't get visibility to it, but when you're I remember when I was on reality TV, I was like, I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm being true to myself. And if they edit me that way, that's fine. When you were in there, did you feel like, I think this is going to go well for me?
No, for sure. I knew I was being authentic. I know I was being true to me. But at the same time, I didn't know if it was going to be perceived that way in America. So obviously when I got out, I was like, okay. Not really how I was being in there, but, I knew I was still being true to me. So I was putting a mean girl light. That wasn't really me. So now I'm trying to just clear that up. Let everyone know, hey, I was the mother of the villa. I was the big sister to everybody. I was a therapist of the group. Let me feed into what I'm saying instead of what y'all seeing. Yeah.
When you watched it back, what was the most surprising to you based on what you perceived to be the reality versus then what was the reality?
So I haven't quite watched all of it.
Okay.
My family and friends just kind of told me what they've seen. I've just kind of been online to see how I was perceived. It looked like I was perceived as someone that's been thirsty after someone that didn't want me. I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't true. Obviously, I was, one thing about me, if I'm going hard for somebody, it's because they're reciprocating the energy back into me. So It's unfortunate that it wasn't aired, but obviously Taylor was a good guy and did everything right by me as far as treating me good as a woman. When it came to being honest and being truthful, not necessarily that part, but yeah, I am very secure within myself.
Yeah,
I know who I am. I know I'm beautiful. I know I can have just about anybody. Put my best foot forward and try to reciprocate the energy back into the man that's reciprocating back into me. But yeah, that was the most surprising.
Perfectly said. Yeah. We in the Bachelor universe, it's a little bit ancestral. Everyone really? There's just when I say that, it's there are people you come across every day that either dated your ex or you dated them or you're friends with them, because it's a dating show and it's a small pool. I bring that up because we're here now and Taylor's here. How have you handled that? Are you just hey, that was the show, it's done? Does it feel at all awkward to you? Whatever, it is what it is?
It was a little awkward at first, but I just had to tell myself, you know what? Take the high road. I don't know. I've always approached every single situation with grace. Just prayed about it. Never was really upset. I always ask God to just soften my heart towards a situation or towards a person. And that's how I just stay genuine to me. It's easier just to be nice to people and spread love rather than hate.
Perfectly said. Yeah. We get to see you today. We hear, of course, they're referring to you as the Bama Barbie. What was childhood like for you? What were you like as a kid?
I was the oldest of 6.
Okay.
So I was always stepping into that second parent role and helping my mom out. I was raised by a single mother.
Yep,
she did an amazing job. My parents had me in the 10th grade. So as you can imagine, I grew up with my parents.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was not planned because we 10th grader plans to have a kid. But yeah, my mom did an amazing job of raising 3 girls. She worked her ass off. We literally had the latest and greatest, the technology, the outfits, the clothes, everything. She did an amazing job. So it was so easy to mimic those actions when it came to me caring for my sisters when she was at work. So my early childhood experiences truly matured me as a kid. And I always acted way older than what I was. I was always very mature.
It makes sense, being the oldest of 6 too, and being in that supportive role and serving as a second parent makes perfect sense. When you were in high school and in college, thinking about your career and modeling, and you referred to, of course, as the Bama Barbie, where did you think your career was going to go, and what did it look like in the entertainment world before this? Like, what was modeling like? Were you actually monetizing at like a strong level? Did you picture that you would be in a world like this today?
It's funny because as a kid, I used to always be obsessed with America's Next Top Model.
No way.
That
interesting.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
So Tyra Banks, I was like, oh, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I was so obsessed with that show. So as a kid, I always wanted to be a model, but obviously being from a small town in Alabama, that is such a hard reality to grasp, you know? So my mom, she would always just put into my head like, hey, education first, go to college first. And if that career comes after it, you know, fine. So I always went to college, but I knew college was always going to be like a plan B for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to get that modeling career. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to happen. So it was just, I don't know. Once I graduated college, moved to Houston and started my elevator career, I was like, I'm not going to be in this field for long. I'll be on a Teams call just looking at my profile picture. I'm like, you know what? That face, it does not need to be here. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get into the modeling
This
world.
is not the elevator industry, but the modeling.
I enjoyed it. I'd been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm bigger than this. I know something's out there for me. I just didn't know how I was going to have a breakout, you know?
So I read an article that you were doing modeling before the show. Was that article correct?
Side gigs.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Okay,
I was doing side gigs. I had a few videos, even Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
A few of those videos. Just trying to put myself out there, which is why I chose to go to Houston and just connect with different photographers. And obviously, like, they'll do well. But I'm like, okay, let me just keep trying. Like, they'll get a few thousand likes. I need something bigger. Like, I need people to notice me. You know?
Right.
So, I did work with a lot of photographers.
Okay, I love it. How did tell me about, everyone has a different story as far as like the application process goes or how the shows find them. Like, what's your story with that?
So Love Island was actually pretty consistent with me. They reached out back in 2023, 2024, and 2025. So it was very apparent. They really wanted me on the show. The first 2 years, it was just timing. The first year.
So you said no then, right?
Technically, yes. The first year, I didn't even know what Love Island was at the time, so I didn't want to agree to a show that I didn't know about. And I was going on my first year being in corporate America. I was just very like tunnel vision, very laser focused. Like, no, I don't want to risk losing my job. I was just very like, I don't know, too scared to step out on faith. The second year, I was actually in Thailand for my birthday, so I missed the fly out date. It was just all wrong. But looking back, I'm like, okay, season 6 was so amazing. It didn't make sense for me to be there at the time. It was a great cast. I couldn't imagine me being there. It just didn't make sense. So I literally just prayed last year. I was like, you know what, God, if it's in your will, please put this back on my schedule in 2025 and I will make sure my summer plans are cleared. I'm not going to book anything. I'm going to have so much faith that this is going to happen for me. And it did. Someone reached out in February and then someone reached out again in April.
Wow.
All of April, I had a lot of interviews. I flew out to LA to meet the production team. And it just was history after that.
Wow. There was, and through our interview process, there were some like bizarre things we had to do. I remember one, I was sitting in a chair and there's producers all around me and they had me pick out of this bowl. And I've told this story on the podcast before, but it's like, what's your favorite animal?
Yeah.
And I said, lions. And like, why? I go, I love Lion King. They're like, well, do you know songs from the show? I was like, yeah. And they gave me a pill. They're like, there's your Simba, start singing. And I just started ripping Lion King.
Way.
Was there anything, like when you look back at the interview process, was there any either question or process that you're like, oh my God, that was peculiar, that was different?
Nothing to that. They were so captivated by my story, just how my upbringing was. And it just made sense of who I truly was. So they were just so mesmerized by my story. That's kind of what I was just went off of, honestly.
Yeah, all right. So pretty straightforward then. When you went on reality TV, a lot of people, you hear it in the comments now. People are like, what are their true motives? Like, oh, they're just there for fame. Like, what's your response to that based on you going on the show?
Honestly, fame was the last thing on my mind because we don't have any access to the outside world. I was genuinely their divine connection, which is why I was so tore up and so hurt behind my original connection. Like, okay, I'm not understanding why you're not prioritizing me. Every time we had the fire pit, you're never too sure. Like, I was there to truly find love. I was single for 5 years up until that point. I'm like, okay, I'm 27. I know I want to be married. I know I want kids. The dating pool in Houston fucking sucks. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just shoot my shot and just go on the show and try to find love.
Yeah.
I did not think fame would come with it. And I'm glad that I kind of have both. I have a platform now, a beautiful, huge platform with some crazy, supporters. And I love them. And I also have a great connection now. So it's just like, I don't know, I kind of have the best of both worlds. But genuinely, I was really prioritizing me just coming out with a great connection. That's all I wanted.
So then think about, you got a great connection right now. Nick Olandria is like everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. It's buzzing. It's like the number one trending thing, it feels like. I want to give you a chance to like kind of give some empowerment or inspiration. You were single for 5 years. You have a great connection now. What is some piece of advice you have for anyone that has been single for a while that's like kind of struggling?
Yeah, it's so funny because I was on TikTok and people think I'm never online. I'm chronically online. I'm always scrolling. I'm addicted to my phone.
You're watching. You're seeing.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing. I just don't say anything, right? Because I've seen a lot of people say that me and Nick's story has truly gave them the boost to trying to get back into the dating world a little
Wow.
bit. And I love that because I was out of the dating loop for 5 years. I would tell people, never settle. I'm so grateful that I did not end up what I thought I wanted. And I would say that 1,000 times over. Never settle. Always know your worth. And just put your best foot forward and trust your gut. Be selfish. It took me damn near 30 episodes to finally get there. But it's like, I will always prioritize other people's feelings and not my own. I will always make decisions based on how it will make everyone else feel instead of me.
That makes sense.
Put yourself first. Put your best foot forward and just go with your gut.
I like it.
Anybody that.
I love it. That's great advice. Question I got for you is Love Island, obviously, is the show you're on. You killed it. Did any other reality shows approach you in 23, 24, 25, like before Love Island?
I don't think so. I think just Love Island.
Because you have like, I can see, like, obviously you're a perfect fit for reality TV, so I didn't know if anyone else did. How about since getting off the show, like, what's your take when you think about your career and direction? Will you go back on like a Beyond the Villa? Do you think you would go on another either lifestyle show, competitive show? Like, what do you think reality TV looks like for your future?
Yeah, so a lot of the supporters truly want to, because apparently Olandria did not get enough screen time, which I do agree.
Yeah,
I'm so happy we was able to give them that last week.
Yes, that was huge.
Are
amazing. It was worth it. It's like sometimes it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And that was like a great quality.
Yeah, so it kind of just left them like, we want more screen time.
Exactly, and then they come to your social now and they want to see it all and everything.
I am very open to having some type of show with me and Nick, allowing people to, because they've seen our love story from the beginning to end. Even when I didn't see it, they seen it before me. I think it's only right to keep on including them in that, you know?
Of course.
Deserve to kind of see it all unfold. Very happy and very open to trying to have a breakout show with me and Nick and allow people to be inside our lives a little bit more.
Okay, I love it. I could see you as like a producer of your own show. Like I could see you. Like I could see it.
So open.
Let's speak it here. I think there's some big things coming. Yeah. We'll talk about what that looks like professionally. How about personally? Like, what do you have planned next? Do you have any travels coming up? Do you think about moving? What's up with you? What's next for you and Nick? Like, what are you thinking when you think about like the future as far as your personal life goes?
For sure. So Nick has been trying to convince me to move it to LA. I never imagined even living on the West Coast. I am a Southern Belle through.
Yeah,
I've been in the
That's
South.
your brand now. I feel like
it's my brand. Yeah, Bama Barbie. Come on now. So it's like I've been in the South my entire life. It's so hard to break away from it, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's like with me, with my career just taking off as it is, I truly think LA would be a great business move for me, and I've been heavily considering it here lately. So. Might be in LA soon.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Maybe LA. Yeah. When you think about, like, we talked a little bit about reality TV, but what are some of the things you want to like do from a business perspective? You want to start your own brand? Do you want to become a host of a TV show? Do you want to go into acting, be an actress? Like, where do you see yourself in the entertainment landscape, like pursuing, given this massive platform and momentum you have?
I think right now, I definitely want to just take in a lot of like the branding, because I do want to have my own brand of some sort, whether that's beauty, like a fashion line, whatever that is. I've always said I want to be an entrepreneur of some type. So that fits me perfectly.
Sure.
Reality TV, even considering that, like that's why I was saying I'm open to like a Beyond the Villa or some type of show after this to try to keep our supporters in the loop a little bit.
Yeah.
Even hosting, podcasting, even. I'm so open. I don't want to put myself in just to one box. I want to have different avenues. I don't know where my career can take me, so I want to be open to it all.
I like that.
Sticks, you know?
When you decided to go on the show with your corporate job, how supportive were they in that process? Like, was there a potential that you might have lost your job from it?
I was actually so shocked on how supportive my branch manager was, direct manager was, even the HR lady, the HR artist. They were so supportive of me. I did not expect them to have that much support for me with a dating show like Love Island.
Yeah.
Love Island getting pretty crazy.
Yeah, it can get wild.
There is going to be some kissing, like crazy challenges, sure. But I just wanted to make sure I had some type of job security before I left. Okay. I couldn't imagine being there for as long as I was and not knowing if I would come back to a job.
For sure.
They were overly supportive. They even talked about having watch parties in the office.
Come on.
Like, it's insane.
So they were like, they're cheering you on through the whole thing.
So as soon as I got my phone back, they're texting me, they're calling me, you did amazing, we're so proud of you.
Yeah.
Every day they would have discussions about Love Island and the episodes. So they were crazy supportive. They always said like, hey, use up your vacation, and after all that's done, all with your vacation, your personal time, basically I'll be on unpaid leave. They would secure my job. Like my job would not be posted or anything like that.
Wow, that's great. All right, that's it's hard to do in reality TV.
I know.
You did it though.
Yeah, I did it.
Talk to me about your relationship. So on this podcast, we talk a lot about money and the intersection of money and love and just navigating careers and finances. Tell me about, like, what is your relationship with money? Like, growing up to now, how do you view money? What's your relationship with it? And when it comes to earnings and just in general managing money, especially in like love, which, you know, now you're in, like, what's your take and stance on it?
Before the show, something I've always prayed for, something I always wanted was financial freedom. Obviously, being raised by a single mother of 3, My mom, she made a way, don't get me wrong, but she was living check to check a lot, you know, but she still, bills was paid, sport as hell. I don't know how she did it, but she did. And me just coming out of college, just some bills and things like that, moving out on my own, I found myself living check to check at times, you know, because even when you get a career, when you first start out, we have no experience. They're going to lowball you with pay.
Of course,
you don't come out swinging, you know. Even prior to the show, I don't ever say like I was broke, but I would always say like, you know what, I'm in between blessings. That I always say that. I never
Great perspective.
I never call myself broke. I'm just in between blessings right now. And which is why I was in Shein for most of the show. And people talk like, oh, she's in cheap clothes. I'm like, well, I couldn't afford anything else.
Off,
you know?
Excuse my language, but like,
buy me some I'm in that position to buy it.
Judgmental bullshit.
I know. That's me, but I couldn't afford nice things. But now I can. Like that's why I put myself out there to be able to do things like this. But I would find myself living just to pay bills. To pay bills. I'm like, you know what? I have no kids. I have no pets. This should not be my life.
Sure.
You know, so I just prayed to God about it. That's why I took a step of faith and just went on the show. And I'm so happy that I did because I could not imagine me not doing that. Like, this is my reality now. Yeah. Imagine if I just shut him down again for the third time.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I'd still be in a miserable state. So I'm happy that I did. I was always very good when it came to paying bills. All of my bills on auto pay. Always made sure and prioritize that. And then whatever was left over, I would kind of spoil myself with it. Because I was in like a sales role. So anytime I have like I get my bonus check for a quarter.
Sure.
Literally, it would be so big. Yeah. I was like the top of the top when it came to sales. I would just splurge on myself. Like, I'm living my
take care of yourself.
Right now. Like, I am so happy that I can actually live in that reality for a minute now. No longer have to say I'm in between blessings anymore. I'm blessed.
I love that perspective. It's all about how you reframe it. And then based on the reframe, you become a believer of it. And then it becomes your reality. And there's less stress and there's more positive momentum. All those things, they're so real. You talked about a little bit packing for the show. So as you're packing for the show, how many suitcases did you pack? And if you had to think, like, of course we talk money on this podcast, how much do you think you did have to spend on clothing to prepare for Leva?
Oh, okay. So first of all, I brought 4 suitcases.
4 of them? Wow.
4.
Holy shit.
I was able to give me so many cool looks.
Wow.
Styles, you know, I had like 30 bikinis. I had like 30 outfits. Like I didn't really have to repeat any outfit at all.
Wow.
Literally. So yeah.
The benefits of packing 4.
Oh man.
Right?
Literally. I paid out the ass for it. One of my suitcases was like 100 pounds. Another was like 80.
Oh shoot. So because you got to pay all the overweight.
Literally. I had a connecting flight, so I had to fly from Houston to LA and then LA to Fiji. So I had to pay like twice.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrible.
Wait, so how much did it cost to just get the luggage out there?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I was like, no way. Like, you're cleaning me out. I don't have money in my account right now.
I'm dead.
Literally a few days later, that's when I got my bonus and like my actual checks. I was okay. But like going out there, I'm just like, this does not look good. You know?
That's funny because it's just in the weight of it.
Yes.
And then like I assume you spent a few $1,000 in bathing suits and stuff? Okay, so nothing like too crazy.
Yeah, when it came to, I mainly got my clothes from Shein and Fashion Nova. So like a few $1,000s.
Yeah, that's great.
For all those items, I think it was pretty worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
I got a Vogue shot out with Shein clothes. That is insane.
Unbelievable. I mean, exactly. You got it all. When you think about like what's next though, like in your career and earnings, do you have like a goal? Are you like, I want to make X amount of dollars, or do you have a goal as it relates to like financial goals moving forward now?
That's an interesting question. I have not yet made a goal yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully I see a M in my account. I never imagined me saying $1 million.
Yeah.
It might be low from someone else, but like when you think where I come from, it's like, that is a lot. Hello.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't know. Maybe I need to think about that.
Okay, something to think about.
That's a financial goal for myself.
With the whole conversation of like love and money, we saw a little bit on the show, but conversations about this stuff, like talking to your, it's one of the hardest things to do. There's just a recent study out there that 50% of couples married and cohabitating, they don't even talk finances, married. So what I would ask you is like in these discussions and conversations you're having as you're getting more intimate, what's your stance on like financial transparency and having these conversations, and how do you step into them into your current connection?
Oh, that's a tough one. I haven't yet to think that for my goodness.
Yeah.
I would think like as we get further and further in our connection, get more serious, maybe we should have those discussions.
Yeah.
But as of now, they haven't came up yet.
Yeah.
Do you think
I think to me, it's like, I think you have to have it when you're comfortable, right?
For sure,
and I think
100%.
It's got to flow, but I think the transparency of those conversations are just so important. And as long as it's done without judgment, shame, or like weaponization, it's like, hey, let's just actually connect through this. Like, let's not bully each other. Let's not use it as information to beat each other up. But it's like a way to, like, information could actually be intimacy.
No, for
as opposed to like this barrier, like, oh, we can't talk about it.
No, for sure. And I don't think it will ever be a barrier as far as like us not talking about it. Because one thing I can say about Nick, any and every opportunity he ever has, he always try to find a way to give me that same opportunity.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was like, hey, I'm modeling for this company. Like, I'm going to talk to him about like doing a collab, or you even having your own line. Like, there's one thing about it. He's going to try to put money in my pockets any way that he can. I love that about him, because it's like, I would never feel like it's a competition between us. So I think
that's so important in this space too.
It's a beautiful thing. Between him and his family, they're always fighting for me to get compensated or something like that. It's such a beautiful thing. I feel so welcome. I feel so seen. Just having a partner and to have his family back him to make sure I'm financially good too, just as well as their son. I don't know. It's a feeling that I can't even describe.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's talk about this. You start a business. This is a little bit tougher question. So you start a business today, Love Island season 7, and you could hire anyone from the cast to like help you with your business. You're like, they're going to help me blow this business up. Who you hiring?
Shelly B.
Wow, that was instant. You knew.
My soul sister.
Okay, I love
it. Is my girl. I love her down.
Okay, so tell me why. I mean, I'm not why you love her, but like why you hired her. I obviously know why, but like, I'm assuming trust connection.
I feel like me and Shelly already have our own brand already.
Seriously.
Honestly, it would be blowing up.
I think you should start it up.
Olandria. I love it. I love it. And I just trust her. I trusted her with so many of my secrets in the villa. Mind you, I've known her for a few weeks, but I feel like I could trust her with my life. You know? I truly feel like she's always been so honest and so open with me. I feel like she would be a great business partner. Even when I was considering moving to LA, which I still am, I even considered like having her as a roommate. I lived with her, saying all this time. So I'm like, bro, I trust you. I really would love to roommate with you. And
for sure.
Just, I'm saying, just, I don't know, start a life together.
Okay.
Outside of the villa.
That's a great answer. Now I'm going to reverse this question a little bit. Everyone on Love Island season 7, they work for you. You're the CEO. It's your business. You got to fire someone. Who you firing?
Taylor.
Instant. Did you care to elaborate why?
I think it's obvious why.
There we go.
He's cool. We're friends.
Yeah.
All
right. What is one thing that you do within yourself to keep yourself secure and grounded? There's so many things that drive insecurities in this world. So like, what's a little trading secret for how you balance yourself, how you keep yourself personally, mentally secure with it?
Honestly, I go to church.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I found myself being in a dark place prior to being in the show, it truly pushed me into God's house. I've never really imagined me going to church by myself. I would say like, I want to go with friends or family. But it's like, I was so down bad. I was like, you know what? I can't lean on nobody but God. Like, God has truly put me in positions and situations to where I can't just go phone a friend. Like, it doesn't help. I need to go directly to him. So I just go to church, a journal. Literally, like, I just try to, I don't know. Some situations only God could help me out of, and he truly did. Go to church.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you think about like celebrities or a public figure, someone that you look up to, who is someone today that you look up to them and you're like, I want to emulate what they've done with like their brand, their business, and who they are?
Mrs. Greed. What's her first name?
Emma.
Yes. Fire.
Yeah. She's been on the podcast.
Fire.
Yes.
I literally just followed her the other day.
Yes.
They called me out on Twitter like, oh, Olandria just followed Emma.
Yeah.
I was like, you called me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I will give my left arm to talk to that woman or to be in her presence. Bro, what she's done is so amazing.
It's
I've been so
unbelievable.
obsessed with her here lately.
Yeah, she's incredible. I mean, the way she's built, what she's built, it's like
literally
unbelievable.
And just to have a woman that looks like me, it's like it's so easy for me to see myself in that position. You know what I mean? Because representation is everything.
Everything.
Absolutely everything. I would kill to be in her presence, literally.
I love it. When you think about like maybe building a non-for-profit or like doing something from an impact perspective, what does that look like in your future?
I love community work. I always find myself volunteering at the Houston Food Banks. I even convinced my team or my job to make Easter baskets for like a homeless shelter for women and kids.
Yeah.
Because it was one of my accounts. And they ended up canceling with us because they didn't like the service. So I went out there to meet them like, hey, what is this place?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a homeless shelter for kids and women. I'm like, can I do something for you guys? Like, Easter's coming up. I want to like get Easter baskets and just try to restore joy into these kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we really maxed out our company cars, just giving back to that shelter.
Yeah.
So something like that with women, kids, I don't know, the less fortunate truly pulls at my heartstrings.
Yep.
So I don't know. I have big plans. I love community work. I've always been in love with it. So.
You're going to build businesses. You're going to make huge impact.
Yep.
Question I got for you on the dating. So you haven't had those conversations with Nick as far as like the finances go, but do you have any like, you were single for 5 years. So of course you're going on dates and stuff here and there. Do you have any hard and fast rules as it relates to money and relationships? So it could be, dates always have to be paid for by the man, or you have to have these conversations, or do you have any hard, fast money rules as it relates to dating?
I would hope I would not have to tell a guy like, you have to pay for this date. Like, I would hope so. You're courting me, like, come on. Which, I would hope I would never have to have that conversation.
You're like, I am the Southern charm.
Hello.
That's how it works.
One thing about me, I don't mind reciprocating that energy back into my person, but it's after some time though, you gotta
you gotta put it in first. Yeah, I get it. One question I usually ask most people that come on the podcast: what's one thing that you overspend on? You know you overspend on it. What is that?
Clothes, even though they're cheap. Yes. But I buy a lot of them.
Even though you guys are chirping it about being cheap.
God.
Okay.
Lord forbid of a girl like Shein. I just love Shein. I don't know. It's just nice.
Yeah. All right. I get that. All right. So you got traveling in your future.
Yep.
LA. Modeling is something you want to pursue too? Okay. Gotcha. And so, all right. You got a lot going on. You got a lot to achieve here. And you're just getting started. Maybe more reality TV. Maybe you'll even start your own show.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
It'll be beautiful.
You'll be beautiful. All right. If you had to give people, I know they're going to wonder, LA, what do you think the timeline looks like if you do move?
The next month and a half, maybe.
So, okay. So you're doing it.
I need to get on it, you know?
Okay.
Dragging my feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Of all the partnerships, all the places, this is a good way for you to plug what you want.
100%.
And like from being on the cover of, let's say, Vogue or being in Vogue to like Sports Illustrated Swim Week, what's your dream partnership? In a year from now, you look back at your career, you're like, I want to do this. Maybe it's, I don't want to take your answer, but maybe it's something with Emma. Maybe you and Emma create, maybe you do like a Skims line or something.
Please, that would be beautiful. I'm right? My own collection within Skims.
Yeah, and she's a co-founder,
Emma,
right?
You're watching this, please. I followed you, girl. You don't even have to follow me back. I don't know. I'm going to DM you right after this, actually. We need to talk.
Let's go. It's time. You're manifesting it.
Collection. I'm going to go pray about this right after.
Okay.
God, please.
Pray about this. There's a lot on this episode you have put into existence. LA, your future in your relationship. Talking about getting the mill in your bank account, the Emma partnership, etc. The last thing I got for you in a personal standpoint, when you look into future, I mean, do you see, like, I know it's hard to think about this, but do you see like getting married and like from Nick and having kids and stuff? Like, where's your head with all that? Now, it's 100%. Hard to look down that line, but like, where do you stand with all that?
One thing about me, I've always dated with intention.
Love it.
Which I came into the Villa like that. Which is why I feel like I was very intimidated when it came to the guys, because it's like, oh, you can't be over here being.
You're not here to play around. You're like,
come here and be a man to me. Yeah. Which is why I feel like a lot of guys had a hard time approaching me. Maybe they was too scared to step into that role. I'm like, okay, we're all 25 plus. It's time to grow up. We're not too far from 30. I know I want kids. I know I want to be married. And the only way I'm going to have kids is if I have a ring on my finger. I was raised by a single mom. And I know single parents don't always pick and choose what their life is going to look like. But me being from the South, I've always glorified marriage. And I always loved what that looked like. I've always yearned for that family-like bond, which I always appreciate my mom, giving me the life that I have. But it's like, I really wish I had a dad here. Like, that would be nice, Yeah. So, marriage is definitely in my foreseeable future. I talked to Nick about that a lot. Like, hey, I date to marry. So what are we?
Let's
go.
On
the same page? We've been together, 35 years?
Yeah, I know. That was
I
beautiful.
would love that story, too.
Exactly. So. And it's a great role model for him to look up to.
Exactly.
I love it. You're dating with attention. You're doing your thing. The last thing I got before you get your trading secret, you look at where you've come so far and everything that you've done, which has been so positively received. Do you look back, and if you do look back, what is one regret? What is one thing you might have just been like, I wish I would have done that just a little different?
I wish I was a lot more selfish in the beginning. I wish I did not just sit on it, I was too scared on how people were going to perceive it.
Yeah.
I wish I was more selfish in the beginning.
Yeah.
100%. I always just wanted to look out for everyone else's feelings and disregarded my own and end up being burned in the end. But I came out with a great connection. Yeah. So I truly just wish I was a little more selfish in the beginning. Yeah. And stood on that,
And it's tough. Like, it's really hard to get used to those cameras. Yeah. Like, it's one thing to go on a date. You go on like, for anyone listening to this, you go on a date and it's like, that's hard, right? It's just like, you're like, nerves are flying. Then you got like cameras, you got all these other people around. You're like, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of pressure. And like, I think when you talk about being selfish, like, it's hard to do that from the jump with all those cameras around. You're not used to this. You're working at an elevator company in Texas, and all of a sudden you're on like Love Island, the biggest show, which is being viewed 1 billion minutes. Yep. It is crazy. I saw that today.
That is insane.
Isn't that what is it about this season that became so big? You were in it though. Like, there's got to be. What do you think it was?
I honestly thought we were boring. I knew we had some
drama.
Yeah. I didn't know, because we were put up against season 6. And I was like, which was amazing.
Which was like
I
a
was
blowout
scared
season.
going. I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh.
How do we compete?
You know what I mean? But it's like, once you're in the villa, you're just in your own zone. You just kind of just forget all about the noise. But coming out of it, I'm like, sports bars, watch parties, parlays, people are betting on who's going to couple up with who. Like, I'm still asking the same question. How did it get this big?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I was literally locked into the villa the whole time, so I really don't know.
It's like a case study. Someone's gonna have to analyze. We're like a Harvard business case study.
Watch that video. Someone analyze like what made people get into Love Island so heavily and so deep. But I know a lot of people are truly obsessed with the whole Olandria thing. Like,
I mean, they're obsessed. TMZ's following you guys around. They're asking the take of it. Yeah. Like, that's a whole different ballgame.
But I didn't think it was that big, you know?
Yeah. That's a whole lot of action right there. There are bright things ahead for you. I'm so happy that everything's worked out the way it is.
Thank you.
I keep saying the last thing. I promise this is the last thing. The mental health of your peers, cast, all the things as you navigate forward. There's so much pressure on you guys right now. What do you do? And what advice do you have if you talk to your castmates about like this big change and the impact it has? Not of course financially, but also mentally. Like where do you stand with that? And what are conversations you guys have amongst each other?
I don't know. We just definitely just decided to like have each other's back. I know me and Shelly talk a lot because obviously this new reality is so crazy. I don't know. I know we have our psychiatrist who we're talking to in the villa like once a week.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah, we still talk.
Good for them. That's
so I'm gonna lean on her already. That is my girl. She sees me. She hears me. We even had a session. We both cried together. Like I feel so connected to her. So I love that we still have that support even outside of the villa. So between leaning on her and just leaning on each other, just being there for each other, because I honestly don't think anybody else understood what we went through or understand like what we're going through except for each other. So just truly having that tight-knit bond between the castmates and just being there for each other outside of this whole experience truly is helping us kind of get used to this new reality.
I love it. Yeah. It is unbelievable what you've been through, where you're going, how much you've done and how much you're going to do. And the manifesting of it all is going to happen. I can't wait till it does.
Thank you.
Tyler Cameron's in the background over here just popping. But what we got to do is we got to end with a trading secret. So it's something that is unique to your experience. It's a piece of advice, a quote, a motto, something that you live by. It could be personal, professional, financial, but it's unique to everything you've gone through. What trading secret can you leave?
Oh, God. Never lose sight to who you are. Stay true to you, regardless of the experience of the person.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. I think it's a good one. I think my trading secret that I've learned, I think, from you is like, don't force timing. It will happen the way it's supposed to.
Beautiful.
And the other thing I think I've learned from you is that no matter what position you are, it's just what position you tell yourself in.
I love that.
Right? So you're not saying I'm broke because you're not. You're reframing it to be a different scenario because you know one day you won't be, and that day is here, right?
Exactly.
So like I think
between blessings.
Yeah, in between blessings. And so I think there's a lot of people out there that are going through struggles and going through challenges, and how you reframe that and how you talk to yourself impacts what you are tomorrow. And so like I think that's something 100%. That you've done. So cheers to you. Congratulations on all the success you've had. Where can everyone find everything you have going on?
My name, Olandria. I changed my username because everyone had a hard time finding me. I had a 0 instead of O.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But now the secret's
now
out.
It's like, secret's out. Let them find you. Let them follow you.
Literally.
And we will be following your journey, and we'll have you back on when you do get that Skims partnership in that line. Let's go.
Emma.
We're Emma. Let's go. We're here right now. Olandria, thank you so much for being on this episode of Trading Secrets.
Thank you.